Hello, Dr. Ruckel here. Today I'd like to talk to you about learning how to monitor your body's symptoms. Being able to monitor our symptoms and how we feel is one of the more important things we can do on a regular day-to-day basis. So you want to ask yourself questions. The questions are, how do I feel? And next, if I don't feel the way I would like to, or symptoms are talking to me, what do I need to do to help bring me back into balance? I would tell people that we'll buy a new car, get an owner's manual, read all about the new car, everything we need to do to maintain it. Yet we were never given an owner's manual for the body, and each of us can be different to a certain extent, just like we have retinal scans that are different for different people, or fingerprints, obviously, that are different for different people. Yet underneath it all, we're all human. So there are similarities and consistencies underlying all this. So when I would have patients come into the clinic, as well as an initial intake form, we'd have them fill out what was called a symptom survey. This was something like over 130 different questions asking people if they were suffering from these symptoms. Based off their symptoms, we could begin to tell where they were either toxic or nutritionally deficient. Two very important questions to always ask when it comes to your health. What'll happen is when you go into the traditional allopathic system, they're also going to use your symptoms. But oftentimes their symptoms are, do they match the profile of a drug? And then they'll prescribe the drug. Well, drugs suppress the body's symptoms. They're designed to force the body in one direction or another, or to stop the symptoms. Our symptoms are really our bodies talking to us, telling us what our needs are. And the better we can learn to read these symptoms, the more we can obtain health and balance in our bodies. We're going to talk about some of these ideas today. So one of the things I'll do when I get up is I'll say, how do my eyes feel? Do they feel heavy? Did I sleep well? Do I need hydration? So that's a simple one to ask. A lot of times you can tell things through how your eyes feel. What are my overall pain levels like? This becomes very common as people get older, and the simple solution is just take something to block the pain, be it over the counter or something more potent in prescription form. So what I want to do is talk to you about various symptoms and give you some possible ideas, be it in food form preferred or supplemental form, that can help you resolve this condition. Let's talk about bruising and bleeding gums. These are really, in a way, subclinical scurvy symptoms. So that could talk to you about what I'd call food-based vitamin C. We have a special video separately on food-based vitamin C. But particularly what are called the bioflavonoid aspect of food-based vitamin C. So the P factors, or capillary fragility factors. So this could be citrus, the white pithy portion of citrus. Buckwheat's another great source. But the bioflavonoid or vitamin P factors would help with this, and clinically we would see people respond. Constipation or loose stools. Well, there's a water issue, either too much, too little water inside the bowel. So are we hydrating properly with quality water? Are we getting enough salt, which plays a factor in hydration? Hence, salt tablets back at drinking fountains back when I was a kid in high school, or salt added to the hydration drinks like Gatorade out there. Cramping. Cramping could be an issue of either, typically I'd find potassium or magnesium, or simply a lot of times it's quality salt, like a good food-based salt, like a pink Himalayan salt that has all the minerals intact. So could be good source of potassium is fruits as a whole. Salt cravings can come in, meaning we need more salt. That can be a symptom associated with fatigue. So food-based quality salt is needed for balancing the body. Red eyes. When your eyes are red, that's usually a liver indicator. So that can be a symptom with having too many drinks the night before, not enough sleep, been in a smoky environment, our liver is being overburdened. So to help deal with this, I used to tell my patients there are 4 liver-friendly foods: lemons, lemon water, olive oil, peppermint tea, and you know that 4th one I can't think of right now. It'll probably come to me. Are we cold or are we hot? What's our metabolism like? Do we have a slow metabolism, a quick metabolism? Do we have like blue lips, which could be a sign of poor circulation, or are we running fevers in there? So this could be related to, a lot of times I find with fevers, if we get calcium lactate into the system, that can help balance out fevers. A lot of times the shivering is just the body's attempt to try to liberate calcium from the body. Dry skin. Dry skin could be lack of essential oils or fats inside the diet. Could be a lack of water. Salt could play a factor in there also. Could be a lack of external in hydration. I like quality aloe vera gel for this. Lanolin can come into play for chronic conditions. Skin color. You can use this to help diagnose people. So what's my skin color? Yellow could mean jaundice, meaning liver issues. Gray's not good. White means more anemic. Blue can mean lack of oxygen taking place in the body. Red cheeks could be like lung condition. There's something called physiognomy, or reading the face, that I would do with patients also. We can talk about that potentially later. Do I have gas or burping? Gas is indigestion. You're not breaking your food down properly. So it may mean a lack of hydrochloric acid. It usually means that the quality of food you're eating and or the combinations of food are not allowing you to digest things. So observe it. Do I handle this? Do I digest it? Do I break it down or not? Sugar cravings. This a lot of times can mean my blood sugar's out of balance and all of a sudden I've got a craving. So are we getting enough quality fats, protein in the diet that gives us more sustenance or balance into the system? Water retention. Do I have bloating in the face, in the fingers, down in the legs? A lot of times we look to potassium here again. Another supplement I found in my practice was called B6 niacinamide. A lot of times we push fluids out of the body. Can I give my body some kidney support in natural ways? Maybe say parsley tea to help stimulate the kidneys to remove fluids. Nosebleeds. Nosebleeds could be vitamin K2. We would use chlorophyll extract products to help with this. So I would tell my patients, how do you want your blood? Do you want it thin as water, thick as molasses? Well, neither. Do you want it to flow properly through your body? Well, yes. I go, oh, that makes sense. How about when you bleed? Do you want it to clot? Well, that makes sense too. So, but lack of vitamin K2, and again, found in the green leafy foods, can be a factor for helping to resolve this reduced sex drive, usually pointing to the hormone levels inside the body. So there's herbs out there that can naturally balance the hormonal systems out. We can talk about those in more detail later. Am I getting enough sleep? There's so many factors that can come in to reduce sex drive. Out of breath. So is my pH imbalance in my body? Is there a heart issue, a lung issue? Could even be adrenals in there. So there can be a variety of different things. But again, your body's out of balance. So the most obvious hack is to big time look at your diet and dial it in. We'll continually talk about diet since it's so critical. But I'm going to give you some other ideas on things you can do. So saunas are great. There's all kinds of great research on saunas out there. So basically sweating the toxins out of your body. So it brings you back into balance. A lot of times I had a sauna in my home 2 homes ago for over 20 years. Would drink lemon or lime water. I'd brush my skin with a loofah or a skin brush and put essential oils in on the rocks, and I'd breathe that in too. So I used it frequently. And so great way to sweat toxins out of your system. Epsom salt baths or foot baths. It's a combination of sulfur and magnesium salts in the body to calm and relax the system. Earthing, going outside, walking barefoot on the grass and on the earth to connect with earth energies, and sun. All kinds of research on sun out there, way beyond vitamin D, for its positive influences on the body. Let's not be scared of sun. Let's not burn. Let's be common sense, but let's look to get some sun exposure on a regular basis. Here's some other ideas on things I've used through the years to help bring my body into balance. One of the great ones I like is just getting quality grapes and eating those. There was a book, I've got it on my shelf somewhere, called The Grape Cure. It talked about curing all kinds of conditions just through eating grapes over a period of time. I like good sea salt. Keep it in my bag when I play pickleball. And so salt's a big part of hydration and whole history of salt. I like good sea salt where the minerals are intact. I like pink Himalayan salt because the problem with today's oceans is we can get microplastics in there like they're getting everywhere. Coconut water is a great potassium source. I like watermelon, very cleansing. You can juice watermelon too. Very nice drink, very refreshing for the body. Cherries are great. Cherries are good for people who've got arthritis. Red cherry juice extract is a classic that can be used in that area. Lemons are good for kidney and liver detoxification. Limes are great too. Both are great food-based vitamin C sources. Limes can help balance blood sugar from my experience. Raspberries are nice, just great food you can find year-round. So we want to look at weight control. And so as we start eating more natural foods, we get our metabolism back up, possibly through looking at thyroid conditions. And we begin to function at a weight that's healthy and comfortable for us. That's obviously a very positive step. One thing that I've noticed as I've gotten older is portion control. So a lot of times me and my wife will say, we could have split a meal there, didn't need so much. I've even told my wife recently, give me 10% or 20% less food. I just don't need so much. I tend to be a fast eater. I'm not saying that's the proper way of doing things. It would be better if I slowed down, but sometimes you got to let your body catch up, let your brain register what's in your stomach. So looking at our metabolism as a whole, how long does it take us to process things? Like when we're moving our bowels, for instance, between when we eat something and when we process it. So having a better metabolism means a better motor, better turnover rate, oftentimes related to how healthy our mitochondria are in the body. So these are some ideas. Start looking at your body, listen to it, and continually ask the question, how do I feel? What do I need? How do I go about changing this for the positive? As you keep observing it over time, you begin to compile the owner's manual of your own body, and you will know your body better than any doctor, really. So owning your body, owning your symptoms, knowing how to keep yourself in balance, very valuable thing. Thank you for your time.